Jeremy Fowler, the mothership, tweets out Le'Veon Bell currently plans to sign with one of three teams per source: Dolphins, Chiefs, Bills. Bell will decide among these teams as early as today. Steelers reunion unlikely at this point. I thought the Bears or the Steelers, and the reason why I waited through the commercial break, I checked with my source on the Steelers and thought that that was a distinct possibility. They do have two really good running backs, and I thought Tampa was going to be in the mix because now you have a legitimate running back who is a very good wide receiver. And look, if you spot him up with Jones and Leonard Fournette, and maybe that's too many running backs, but I don't know. New England never has too many running backs. And if I got that wide receiver, a running back who's experienced, and I got him in there, if I'm Tom Brady, that would be a guy that I would really want. The Chiefs, maybe they're trying to give Edwards-Helaire a little breathing room, or maybe there's insurance on using him. Bills have a couple of running backs. Dolphins is interesting. If you're Le'Veon Bell, do you just say, let me go to the Chiefs? Like, doesn't that make the most sense? You're not a starter, but you're going to be playing some pretty good minutes there, and you're going to be there with Patrick Mahomes. Buffalo Bills, I would want to go to a team that's winning. I don't want to go to a situation that's anywhere near what the Jets. Well, what is as close to what the Jets have? Andrew Gase, he is the head coach of the Jets. He won't answer why Le'Veon Bell didn't work in New York.
Do you agree with the perception that you misused him?
It's irrelevant at this point.
Adam, when a team makes a free agent investment that large and it ends before 2 seasons, I think the fans are interested in knowing why it didn't work out with a player of that stature.
Yeah, it didn't work out. It didn't work out, and we're going to focus on this game right now.
Adam Gase didn't want Le'Veon Bell. I don't think he made that a secret, and he didn't use him. It's almost like he didn't want him to succeed, because what do you have on that roster? What do you have on that offensive side of the ball? Very little. And if you have Sam Darnold, and they may not have Sam Darnold, I wonder if Sam Darnold gets traded. I don't think his future is with New York, and I do think that Sam Darnold is probably going to follow that path just like Ryan Tannehill. He might have to go to a team and be a backup and eventually earn a starting role again, because we still don't know with Sam Darnold, because they've never had anything around him where you can go, I truly know what kind of quarterback that is. We know from college, but not in the NFL. We've seen glimpses, but that's not enough right now. If you're going to invest in your quarterback, and he's going to cost you. It's not like you get Sam Darnold on the cheap. Once you sign these guys to that next contract, it's next guy up. Now, nobody's getting Mahomes money, but are you getting $36, $37 million a year? Because that's the going rate? That's what I don't understand with these GMs. If I'm going to sign, let's say, Sam Darnold to an extension with New York, he doesn't get what the other quarterbacks get. Like, this is what the offer is. We'll give you 5 years, and we're going to give you, $27 million a year. I shouldn't be paying him $37 million. Not that anybody's going to, but that's what happens. Next guy up, next guy up, next guy up. Crazy. Yeah, Paul.
As far as the money with Le'Veon Bell, he's owed $6 million by the Jets. Let's say he signs a $1 million contract to play the rest of the year for the Chiefs. That's taken off what the Jets owe him. So the max money basically he could make this year is $6 million. If you're Bell and his agent, you go to a team that is going to appear in the playoffs, so you can get a couple playoff checks.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way. Otherwise, you just sit the season out and watch, because you're not making any money by playing. And the Chiefs, you get 3 playoff checks.
You just see these teams, and they make the same mistakes over and over and over and over. The Knicks do it. The Jets do it. I don't expect the Giants to do it because they have a great track record, but they've been as bad, if not worse, than any team over the last 3 years. And there's no signs that they're going to be much better the rest of this season. Could the Jets go 0-16? It's really hard to go 0-16. Could they go 0-16 here? And I'd say yes. and it might be a good thing if they went 0-16, because then at least you're going to have a new coach. You're going to have Trevor Lawrence. And now you start to build around. You went up high to get an offensive tackle. But I know they have the Dolphins twice.
They got the Dolphins twice, but that's the only really winnable games. They got, the Chargers, Vegas, Seattle, Rams, Cleveland, New England. Those are all games where they'll definitely not be favored. Obviously.
Yes, Tom.
Imagine what Madison Avenue can do with that pretty boy blonde if he somehow ended up with the New York Jets next year.
Well, it would help if they won because it doesn't matter what you look like if you're not any good. Yeah, McLovin.
Isn't their quarterback play a little too good to go 0-16? The Flacco-Darnold combination. Can't you see those guys getting hot for a quarter?
Hot?
I don't know. Darnold, yes.
Who would, like they don't have skill position guys.
They kind of did it last year. They went on a little random run with no skill position guys either.
Over under 2.5 wins. Who's going over with the New York Jets? Anybody? 1.5 wins. Who's going over? Paulie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Todd?
Yeah, I could see them winning 2 games.
2 games. Yeah, it's hard to go 0-16. Like how many times do you see a team and you go, how did they win that game? We've already seen that this year.